Good afternoon, everybody. I wasn't actually planning on doing the stream today because I'm on later tonight on THFC Till I Die on a debate show. But there was a little bit of news, so I thought, why not pop on and say hello? I hope everyone's well. G'day, Mia. Nice to see you. And we've also got Jim. Hi, Kate, and our fellow Spurs lovers. Hope you're both well. Happy 1st of July. It started well because we got the news about 45 minutes ago that Winks has joined Leicester in a deal worth around £10 million, which I think is pretty darn good. It said, as a product of our academy, Harry progressed through our ranks and was handed his professional debut as an 18-year-old in our 1-0 Europa League group stage win over Partizan Belgrade in November 2014. In total, he made 203 appearances during his time with us, which included standout performances in our games against Real Madrid as we progressed through the 2017-2018 Champions League group stage undefeated, scoring 5 goals in our colours, the first of which came in his first full league start as we defeated West Ham 3-2 at White Hart Lane in November 2016. He captained the side for a Premier League game against Wolverhampton Wanderers in March 2020. And Spurs go on to say, we wish Harry all the best for the future. As I'm sure we all do, but we're just glad that he's gone. Not going to lie. Who else have we got in the chat? We've got Tequila. Hello, lovely. Hope you're well. And Wayne, good afternoon all. Hope you're all well. Yes, feeling good, rooty tooty good and fruity, as they say, especially as Winksy is now gone. Woo-hoo. So that's out of the way. Getting 10 million for him kind of feels like I won a trophy, I've got to say. Who else could be on their way out of Spurs? Well, I read today Tottenham are ready to sell left-back Sergio Reguilón for €30 million. According to newspaper El Confidencial, Premier League side Tottenham Hotspur ready to part ways with Spanish star Sergio Reguilón for €30 million. The 26-year-old arrived at Spurs in 2020 but has failed to live up to expectations, making 67 appearances for the club, scoring twice, making 9 assists across all competitions. While he has had his moments, the fullback has struggled to make a lasting impact. Yeah, I mean, they've put the price tag, but they haven't said that anybody's actually interested in him. So if we can get Reguilón out, that's another one out of the way. Yes, funnily enough, there's no Kane talk today. I'm not even going to mention him. It's a banned word. We're not doing any Kane talk at all. So don't worry. 30 million for Reguilón. I'm not sure they'll get that 20 million. Well, that's 30 million euros. But yeah, you know what Levy's like. It put top-notch money on it. But hopefully, if we can get 20 million euros, I am actually dumbstruck that we got 10 million for Winksy. I've got to be honest. But we did. So it's all good in the hood. Right, I've lost what I was looking at now. Another bit of news. Tottenham Hotspur could use Ben Davies in a potential deal for 24-year-old Brazilian star. According to a report via Corriere Giallorosso, Tottenham Hotspur are eyeing a significant addition to their defensive ranks as they look to secure the services of Roger Ibanez from Roma. Tottenham could potentially utilise the talents of left-back Ben Davies in a potential exchange deal for the highly rated 24-year-old Brazilian defender. Whilst the prospect of parting ways with Davies may raise a few eyebrows, it highlights the club's determination to bolster their defensive options. I've got to say, Romero and Ibanez together, as good as they both are, they've both got very fiery temperaments. I'm not convinced he's the right one. I've got to be honest. I can see them two both getting lots of bookings. But again, it's just rumours and chats. I mean, Ben Davis to go the other way, that's fine. But I'm not sure about bringing in Ibanez myself. Also, there was an update on the three defensive players that we're interested in. Mickey van der Ven has appeared as one of Tottenham's three main centre-back targets, with the 22-year-old currently playing for Bundesliga side Wolfsburg, who Fabrizio Romano has reported have been in touch with Tottenham already. Van der Ven appeared in 36 matches across the Bundesliga and German Cup this past year, and according to the Daily Mail, is set to require a fee in the range of £26 million. Van der Ven would be a great addition for the North London club that needs defensive reinforcements. Another one, Edmund Tapsoba, my preference. Edmund Tapsoba has emerged as another key target. According to Alistair Gold, he said that he is the number one target, dependent on the fee. It says 24-year-old Burkina Faso native currently plays in the Bundesliga for Bayer Leverkusen. He gained valuable experience this season, featuring prominently in both the Champions League and Europa League and accumulating a total of 47 appearances. His impressive performances have caught the attention of Tottenham as they seek to bolster their defensive options. However, they're not the sole side interested in Tapsoba. Liverpool are also reportedly monitoring the defender. And the other one is Tosin Adarabioyo, a player from fellow London club Fulham, another potential centre-back target for Spurs. According to the Evening Standard, a new contract agreement between Fulham and Adarabioyo has fallen through, and with only 1 year remaining on his current deal, it appears likely he may leave Craven Cottage. However, Spurs face competition in their pursuit of Adarabioyo, as League One clubs Monaco and Rennes are also reported to be interested in the English international as well. Whilst Adarabioyo is set to prioritise sporting opportunities over domestic locations, Spurs remain actively involved in the race for the talented defender. So they're the three key ones that we're linked with. I've said all along, and I still think we will end up with Adarabioyo and Van der Ven. If I had a choice, I'd like Van der Ven and Tapsoba. I mean, Alistair Gold said he's heard that a £25 million fee mentioned for Tapsoba, but he's also heard higher, which I have. I heard 25, then I heard 40. He does say as well, it's certainly not out of the question Tottenham could sign Tapsoba as well as Van der Ven, particularly as Tanganga, Sanchez and Rodon look certain to leave, which is a nice prospect. If we can get those two in, I will be absolutely over the moon. So that's the centre-backs. Yeah, we've discussed that. Now, this is a strange one. It seems to come out of nowhere, but I'm not sure I really actually believe this. I've got to be honest. Tottenham could shatter their transfer record for brilliant Premier League star as Postecoglou wrecks West Ham plan. Tottenham boss Ange Postecoglou is reportedly urging the club to make a firm move to sign João Palhinha. Palhinha, I'm going to say. But any deal for the Fulham midfielder is likely to set them back a new club record fee. The Greek-born Aussie, who started his new job officially today as Spurs boss, has his feet firmly under the desk, having a say in their early transfer dealings. Indeed, it was Ange's call to sign both Vicario and Maddison this week. Well, that's good. In addition, Tottenham are looking to bolster their central midfield, and according to The Sun, Postecoglou is urging Levy to make an approach to Fulham for Palhinha. However, this is quite funny. They bought him for 20 million just over a year ago, and they are now reportedly valuing him at 90 million. West Ham are reportedly preparing an approach amid a belief that a sizable offer will convince Fulham to sell. However, Postecoglou is now making Palina, that name, his next major target for Spurs. This is the funny thing. However, Postecoglou will need to convince Levy to swallow his pride somewhat, because the Portuguese star was on Tottenham's radar last summer, but the club passed up the chance to sign him for £20 million. So it will hurt Levy somewhat, having to fork out a much more sizable fee. How did we let him slip through our fingers for £20 million? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I agree, Tequila. There's no way. But I don't think Fulham will get 90 million for him. I think you're looking at more 60 million. But I'd rather us buy a couple of real good. I'd rather us get Tapsoba and Van der Ven than buy Polina. Oh my goodness, I hate that name. I'm not saying it anymore. I'm going to call him Pow. But it's just something that's in the papers today. Yeah, they're all better than Dyer, so bring them in, I say. I think my dogs are better than Dyer, to be fair. What's this one? I didn't realise how much news was about today. That's Mickey Van der Ven. We've covered him. I have got a video I was going to share with you in case anyone hasn't seen it. It's Ange's first full interview as the Tottenham coach. So I'm going to give that a quick play. It's not on for that long. And it is a really good video.
What are your thoughts on joining us?
Yeah, look, obviously excited about the challenge ahead, and enormous football club, exciting league. I guess all the things that you kind of strive for in your professional career, and great to be finally here and getting ready to work. Really excited about what's ahead. I love to win, mate. That's the main thing. And I've done that wherever I have been. So the football is designed to bring success. Alongside that, it's really important to me that that there is an element of, I think, most fans and most players want to be associated with, and that is football that's exciting, that people talk about, not just the end result, but also the manner in which you played your football. And that's really important to me. Like I said, because I think it's a way to be successful, but secondly, allows people to grab onto those things that are the most special about our game, those memorable moments. People want to see their team scoring goals, being exciting, not conceding goals, being aggressive in their approach, all these kind of things that everyone seeks in their own football teams. So it's kind of what I try and provide. You never get it right in all aspects, but the basis of it will be that we want to be a team that wins things, but ultimately also entertains our fans.
So there he was, our brand spanking new coach. I thought it was a great interview. I think it's hilarious that he calls everyone mate. I like to win, mate. But yeah, great interview, exciting times. You can tell he's like a kid in a candy shop who cannot wait to get started. Much like Maddison. I felt Maddison was a bit like that. He just he can't wait to get out there and get started. But yeah, exciting times. Levy passing up on getting a player cheaply, surely not. Got to laugh at Spurs sometimes. Yeah, never happened before, has it, Wayne? Oh no. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Something else I wanted to cover was sorry, I forgot I was live for a minute there. I'm just thinking. There's been a load of players back at Hotspur Way today for the first day of pre-season training. Players that have returned are Sessegnon, Forster, Gill, Whiteman, Ndombele, Bentancur, Reguilon, Porro, Tanganga, Lloris, Spence, Royale and Basuma. There is a wee video. which I will show you now, of the players returning to Hotspur Way.
Are you good?
Thanks, mate. How you doing? I'm
Sure.
here again.
Hey Brian, good summer?
How you doing?
Oh, morning, mate. All right. Very good. Yeah, very good. All right, guys.
Oh yeah.
Go. Okay. No, no.
I was going to say good summer, but it's got to finish, hasn't
It's
it?
not summer, is it?
Nice. Bonnie,
How you doing?
you good? Yo,
Hey Yves, welcome back, man.
we're back, man. We're back. How you doing? Morning.
See you.
Morning.
Well, I've got to say, the thing I got most from that video is, could Ndombele walk any slower? He's just so sluggish. He's like, oh, back again. Ooh. I do agree with what Jim says. He has got about as much life as a potato. So frustrating. But there is an article. Sorry, I'm eating a cola bowl. It says Spurs fans are yet to see anything close to what Ndombele can do. Gareth Bale is reported as saying, this is from TalkSport, by the way, I hadn't seen too much of Ndombele when I was watching Tottenham games. I think obviously he had a big adaptation period coming over to England because it's quite a big jump. Just seeing what he does in training and on the pitch, I was really surprised. The amount of ability he has is actually frightening. And the stuff he does with the ball kind of reminds me of the things you see Ronaldinho do with the ball. It was great to watch. I wouldn't say he's on a par with Ronaldinho, but it reminds me of some of the stuff he does. It's mind-blowing, especially in training. Well, you know, that's great, but he needs to bring it to the pitch. However, it does say, reports are suggesting that Postecoglou is willing to give him the opportunity to reignite his Tottenham career. Now, if our wonder from down under, that's my new name for Ange, I just thought I'd put that out there, the wonder from down under. If our wonder from down under can revive Ndombele's career, well, he is really a wonder because, I mean, there's definitely a player in there and there's huge potential, but he just looks so lazy. Yeah, I agree with Wayne. I don't think he'll end on bye-bye is going to last long under Ange if that's the effort he puts in. Yeah, that's true. He's just had his McDonald's, so he's full up. Oh, I could eat a McDonald's. Oh, don't. What winds me up is he is such a talent. That's exactly right. There's a real class player in there. it's just getting him out. But Ange is going to sort of say to him, well, look, pull your finger out or bugger off. It's as easy as that. I've seen more moments at a morgue. Dombelli is a Shayla. If ever I saw one, mate, he's a something. I'm not going to actually say what I think he is, but he's definitely lazy. But just promise Ndombele and Mackie D's after the game if he plays well, yeah. And a McFlurry, perhaps. That might be the deciding thing. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of nice that Postecoglou is willing to have a go at bringing out the best in Ndombele, but part of me thinks that ship has sailed. I'm not entirely sure how he's going to get the Spurs fans back on track. He will have to start really playing. Excuse me. Oh, my knee locked up. He will have to start playing. You know, even if he doesn't have a great game, he's got to put the effort in. When he was substituted and walked off the pitch, I've never seen anything so cringe in my life. All Tottenham fans want to see is people who are willing to live and die for the shirt, you know. And if he can win the Spurs fans back, that will be a massive sort of achievement. But I'm not convinced that will happen. I've got to be honest. I think Tottenham fans have seen enough, but we'll see. We'll see. Our wonder from down under, Sheila, might be able to do something with him. We'll have to wait and see. So I think that was all the actual news I had. Obviously, the Winks news is huge. I was so happy when it came through that he'd signed. Tottenham have signed up two of our academy players. I know that. Spurs have announced the departure of Harry Ware. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, I'm just reading. I'm trying to find the article about the two academy players. The Big Ange era begins today. Yeah, I just loved his interview. It's like, all right, mate. Yeah, see, look, one of the newspapers, watch one Spurs star's sluggish return to Hotspur Way. This is what I mean, you see. It's really not a good look, is it? You've already got people on your back and you come out of your car and you just plod along like that with your... Yeah, I just don't like it. I just don't like it. It's funny, I'm just reading, Harry Winks was with us 21 years. Good goodness, is that true? Oh my God. I wonder. He seems to have been there for about 100 years. So, but yeah, 21 years. Who's this? Liga club are interested in re-signing Spurs player this summer. According to Mucho Deporte, Real Betis are keen on signing Gio, but fear that a deal for Tottenham will be beyond their financial means. Oh, Spurs have offered Lo Celso to half the world. Apparently, it says that was a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but it's probably true. Lo Celso is one of Tottenham's most sellable assets from the players who have been deemed surplus to requirements. So I fully expect the Argentine to be offloaded. However, most La Liga clubs are not in a position to pay a transfer fee or even cover his wages, which is why Spurs might end up selling the 27-year-old to Aston Villa, with Emery keen on a reunion with the midfielder. That's where I think he'll end up as well. And you know what? He'll probably go to Villa and play absolutely outstanding, because this is what happens. We get these players, we pass them on, and they've been a complete flop with us, and then all of a sudden they go somewhere else and they're like world beaters. It is hilarious. You've got to laugh. I made myself giggle there. I'm not mentioning the K word. Porro has come out and said that Eric Dyer helped him massively when he signed for Spurs, which is nice, but still hope Dyer goes. No, not mentioning the K word. I refuse. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Arsenal are out of the race to sign Tapsoba and Van de Ven. He says they're not interested in either. I can't find that. Those two that have signed. Yeah, this was another one that Romano's come out and said. He said that if we could sign Mickey Van de Ven, he's got a very good record, disciplinary record, and said he will make Romero unplayable. The two of them together. He said it will elevate Romero to new levels, calm him down, and perhaps allow him to explore his creative side as well. After all, the 22-year-old has proven himself a dependable asset in the German top flight and has only managed 5 yellow cards during that time in that division. Romero gets 5 yellow cards half a season at least. This reliability is aided by the 1.4 tackles and 3.1 clearances per game he recorded last year. So, yeah, I think Van de Ven will end up as a Spurs player. Excuse me, I've got hay fever. He said he is a giant on the pitch and flourishing under his head coach, Niko Kovic. I think we will definitely get him. Here it is. I know I'd find it eventually. Tottenham Hotspur announced new contracts for academy players Niall John and Matthew Craig. Spurs have announced that highly rated academy products Niall John and Matthew Craig have penned new deals. John has committed his future to the club until the end of the 24-25 season, whilst fellow midfielder Craig has extended his contract by a further year until 2026. Niall John has been a part of Spurs Academy setup since the age of 7, and the 2003-born linchpin has since made 2 senior appearances for the Lily Whites in all competitions. Jose Mourinho handed John his debut in February 2021, bringing him off the bench for the final 9 minutes of a 4-0 Europa League playoff win over Wolfsberger AC. Hitting 7 goals and 3 assists in the first half of the 21-22 season, the 20-year-old was subsequently loaned out to Charlton Athletic in January 22, but did not play a single minute for the Addicts. But yeah, so that's good. 2 new academy players have penned their futures. It's always good to have these players in the background, and I've got a feeling that with Ange, that these academy players are going to get a lot more game time and a lot more opportunity than they did under either Jose or Conte. What's Wayne put? Lo Celso is another end on bye-bye. There's a good player in there, but we've never seen it come out on the pitch often enough. Yeah, we see Ndombele and Lo Celso, we see like glimpses of it, and you think, wow. I mean, I remember Ndombele's debut when he scored. I thought, wow, this guy's going to be a baller. And then it goes. It's so frustrating. It's like Dele Alli. They've got all this talent and ability, and they don't use it. And it's like you just want to get hold of them, shake them. Their careers are so short, but they earn so much money. It's just like they don't care. That's why Harry Kane is such a professional, because he earns so much money, but he gives it his all, as do many players. But you get the ones that have got this natural gifted talent, and they just sit back, and I don't know. But I think Lo Celso will go, and I think he will end up at Villa. How old's Niall John? Didn't he play pre-season a year or 2 back? I think he is now 20 years old. Let's have a look what it says. Only a young kid. I hope these come through and end up being real top ballers for us. We don't ship them out somewhere else. Current market value 400,000. It was at Charlton on loan. Spurs under 18s, Spurs under 23s, Tottenham Youth, Spurs under 18s. That's all it says. But yeah, he's just a baby. But 20 years old. Like I say, I just hope that we can use him and not ship him out. Did he do the Sonny figure, become 2 years younger? I just thought that because I just read he's 22, but I've just Googled it and he's 20. So maybe he's in the Sonny Matrix, and I'm going there. I want to be at least 2 years younger, maybe even 10. So I'm going to the Sonny Matrix. Wayne, Sessegnon is another good player who hasn't lived up to their potential. He looks nervous too often and doesn't seem to push himself out of his comfort zone. Do you not think that a lot of our players look nervous because they're nervous of the players around them as well? Because there's so much crap and they haven't got the confidence, I saw when Sanchez played, you could see no one wanted to pass it to Sanchez because they knew he'd just pass it back to the keeper or sideways, backwards, sideways. So, yeah, I get that. But I think if people know that the players around them are better, they'll play better, they'll step up. There's this. What's this whole thing about Son suddenly becoming younger, and how do I do that? I'd love to be 30 years younger. I don't really know what happened. I just saw that they changed his goals for the season to a different age. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but that's just bonkers. And I want to join that world. I want to be back to my 30s, please. I'll be happy with that. Tequila, maybe he knows he's injury prone and doesn't want to push it too much. Possibly. We was listening to Talk Sport the other day and they were debating and saying Van Dijk is still one of the best defenders in the world. And we were saying not anymore, and that he's never fully recovered from his injury, because if you watch him going into tackles now, it's not the same player. It's like he's nervous. I don't know what you all think, but I wouldn't have him as one of the best defenders in the world anymore. Jim says Sessegnon was fantastic at Fulham. He really was. He was the standout player. Agreed, Jim. I was looking forward to seeing Sess in a Spurs shirt. I'm hoping he can still prove he's good enough under Ange. I don't think he'll get the chance. I think Sess will be off. But we shall have to wait and see. Now, I've got a question for you all. What number shirt will Maddison be? I've been reading different people writing different numbers. So I'm going to put it out there and ask you, what number shirt do you think James Maddison will be? I am going for Maddison, son, is our number 23. That's me. I'm going for 23. What do you think? My friend Sean thinks number 16. But yeah. Oh, Takeda's going 14. Controversial. Any advance on 14? I'm not sure if it's taken. I just can't see him being anything other than our 23. He's stepping into Eriksen's shoes. But maybe I'm just an old sentimental and I want the song to fit. What's Jim put here? In Korea, when they're born, they're classed as 1 year old. They was counting the 9 months in the tummy onto their age. Is that a joke? Or are you serious? I don't know if you're joking. I'm not reacting to it in case you are. Yes, I think 23. Because then we can sing, he's our number 23, Eriksen, son. And we need a new song for our Wonder from Down Under. Has anyone heard any good chants for Ange? I know there was lots going around about the Men at Work song. He's our Wonder from Down Under. No, that don't go. Yeah, we're going to have to work out some songs. Oh, you promise it is true. Oh, okay. Well, that's very strange. In Korea, when they're born, they're classed as 1 year old. They will count in the months, 9 months in the tummy onto their age. That's just bonkers. I don't get. I don't understand. I don't understand that. I'm not even trying to get my tiny brain around that. It's got to be the Neighbours theme, doesn't it? Yeah, but how do you fit that in? Yeah, I'm sure someone will come up with one. Probably James Black. If you don't follow him on Twitter or Facebook, he is magnificent. He does all the singing at Tottenham after the matches, and he's wonderful. Home and away theme for the fixture list. And now they've changed it the same as us, so they get a year younger. I can't believe they even do that. That just doesn't make sense. Home and away. Anyway, I'm waffling again. I don't think there's anything really else to discuss. I'm on tonight at 9 with THFC Till I Die on the debate show, which I believe the subject is, are you ready for the Ange era to begin? Which I most definitely am ready for a new era. I'm so over the Conte and Jose and Nuno boring, defensive, rubbish football. I cannot wait to see a manager that plays attacking football. I just can't wait. But I mean, I don't know about anyone else. I look at Ange. He just doesn't look like a football manager to me. He just looks like an Aussie you'd seen down the pub. I don't know if that's just me. But I was watching his interview and I thought he just doesn't strike me as a football manager. But maybe it's because we're not used to seeing Australian managers. Oh my God, Wayne, I said exactly this. Haven't seen this much excitement and positivity. I agree 100%. The last time I felt this was when Poch was sort of after the first season, and it was all, we were at a stage where we thought we can beat anyone. Don't matter who we play, we're going to score loads of goals. We knew we'd qualify for the Champions League every year. It was a real buzz, and I'm starting to feel that coming up. So yeah, it's good. It's nice not to have that awful negativity that was so sort of apparent at the end of last season. I just hope that we don't get the Levy out chance straight away. I think, you know, that we should try and keep this buzz going, make Ange feel at home. And yeah, that's so true as well to Kilo. He's got no ego, and you can tell he genuinely feels grateful that he's been given this opportunity at Spurs. He doesn't feel like he's doing us a favour, which was most definitely the way that Conte and Mourinho felt. They both definitely felt they were too good for us. So I think his press conferences will be quality. Jim, he might not look like a football manager, but listen to him, he definitely sounds like one. Yeah, he does. He sounds quite chilled, but when you watch him, I can imagine he's not afraid to give people a good telling off if they don't perform. He looks a bit scary. But I like him already. I just think he's great already. Not that Nuno was arrogant, just, well, a statue really. Yeah, it was this, wasn't it? He just looked lost. He just looked completely lost right from the beginning. And when he became our manager, I actually thought he might do all right, but he just looked so out of his depth. It was quite frightening. But yes, I don't think there's any more news. As I said, tonight at 9, THFC Till I Die. We are debating the new Ange era, and I'm doing the breakfast show tomorrow with Ellie at 10:30 as well about the Women's World Cup. Yeah, I love that, Jim. When he was asked what he's most excited about, he said everything. That's what I said. He's like a kid in a candy shop. He just wants to get out there. I mean, for him to come and see the stadium, and it's a huge step up for him. I just so hope he's successful with every part. I mean, not just because I'm a Spurs fan. Well, mainly because I'm a Spurs fan, but just because I really like the underdog doing well. And I think everyone deserves an opportunity to do something special, and we've given it to him. And I so hope he takes it with both hands and is a real legend for the club. I think there'd be more movement and emotion in a statue than Nuno. Yeah, you may be right there, our little garden gnome. Mind you, he's won trophies since he left. Everyone wins trophies when they leave. It's like we're cursed. until now. Until now, we've got the Wonder from Down Under. It's all going to be great. But yeah, I'm now up to 54 subscribers, which is wonderful. So thanks everyone for supporting me and coming in chat. Was like looking at a painting during the game. Yeah, do you know what? I felt like that as well with Lampard at the end of Everton. He looked lost. He had his arms folded, and they just look like a fish out of water. And it's quite hard to watch. It's frustrating to watch, but it's quite hard to watch because they look like they just don't know what to do. Jim, I do not think Ange is an underdog, Kate. I think he is a real winner. Well, he is, but he's not proven in the Premier League. So as far as the Premier League goes, he is an underdog because he's never managed here. So I'm going to disagree with you there and say I think he is definitely an underdog. When you look at the managers in the Premier League, Pep Guardiola, Arteta, Klopp, Roy Hodgson, they've all got Premier League experience, or most of them have. So for him to come in with no experience in a European league is a massive thing. And people, I mean, so many experts have written us off already. I just really hope he proves everyone wrong. And not being funny, but a cup, if we take the cup seriously this year, which we should do because we've got no European football, it's not implausible for us to win a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup. It all obviously depends on the draw. But if we put our top team out, we were always a fantastic cup side. As Tottenham were known for being a fantastic cup side. So if we can get a cup, oh my goodness, can you imagine the carnage? They'd be having shrimps on the barbie and Fosters at full time. Oh my God, it'd be amazing. And like I say, it's not out of the realms of possibility. And Champions League is 5 places this year. We won't be fancied to get into the Champions League, but you never know. We've done good business so far, and if we can get 2 good centre backs in, and soon, and get everybody gelling, you know, I've got a funny feeling in my water that it could happen. Jim, football's football. The basics are all the same no matter where you play. It's all to do with the players you have and how Ange manages them. Yeah, that's true. I think these days these managers try to make it all too complicated. And all this backwards, sideways football is just my absolute pet hate. So I think we will surprise a few teams because they've seen us playing so negative and they think they've all sussed us out, which they had. So to come and play us now, I think it's going to be a completely different animal. And that is why I think Mr. K, who will not be named, will stay, because the type of football we're looking to play is exactly the type of football Poch played, and it suits Mr. K down to a T, as well as people like Sonny and Kulu. And yeah, it's just exciting times. So anyway, I've waffled on for long enough. As I said, join me tonight at 9 over with THFC Till I Die. To key this part, I would say that Ange has limited experience of dealing with big player egos. There's a few at Celtic, I guess, but not to the level of players in the Prem and all the baggage they come with. Yeah, I think... Oh, sorry. This is my fibre, I'm afraid. Oh, I think we're quite lucky at Spurs. I don't particularly think we've got any... Apart from, I would think Ndombele's got quite a large ego. But I don't think we've got any real prima donnas in our team for him to contend with. And I don't think he's the type who would put up with disrespect or, just people taking the pee, really. I think he's the type that will be a no-nonsense manager kind of thing. So if anyone starts all that malarkey, he'll probably give him a swift slap and move on. He said that he likes to keep his relationship with the players at a distance, so they're not too close. He thinks there's got to be a line, which I kind of agree with. I mean, Poch was like a father figure, I think, to Dele Alli, Sonny, and it's nice. But at the same time, there's got to be that professional relationship as well, and that's why I think he likes to draw the line and say, you know, we're not mates as such. I'm your boss. I'm your manager. I'm your coach. So, you know, that's how it's going to be. So, yeah, I do definitely think he's a no-nonsense manager, and I think that's exactly what we need at Tottenham. I think there should be more managers like that around. There's too much player power in the game for me. So, anyway, I keep saying bye and keep waffling on about something else. So, I need to really stretch my legs because they're absolutely killing me. If you don't know, I've got 2 partially dislocated kneecaps at the minute. So, they are not in a good way. But I will be back tonight with Derm and the crew. And then in the morning with Ellie before my son's 16. He's got a young person's driving lesson tomorrow, bless him. So we've got that to go to tomorrow. But if there is any more news that comes up between now and tonight, I will pop on and bring it to you. Hopefully we will have more outgoings as well as some incomings. I mean, now he's started, he's going to want to get his team in shape before they go to Australia. So, yeah, fingers crossed. Thanks, Mia. I don't think he's nervous, but I think he's a little bit wary. It's quite nerve-wracking to get behind a car for the first time. Yep, see you later, Mia, for the show. You're welcome, Tequila. Lovely to see you. Thanks for coming in. Enjoy your weekend. Great show, Kate. Thank you, darling. Thank you, darling. But yeah, have a look at the videos, Tequila. They're really informative. But yeah, smash that like button. If not, give your head a wobble. Like that. But yes, and I will see you all tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.